This is my review of Samurai Flamenco. Okay, so this episode was weird? Question mark? So, yeah, this episode kind of just didn't really trying to make any sense, but it does explain a lot of things. So the episode starts off with Alien Flamenco announcing its presence to the region of Japan and pointing out its goals. And Masayoshi confronts Alien Flamenco and asks it to talk like a man, which it agrees to, even pointing out that it will agree to talk to Samurai Flamenco, and then leaves a door behind, and pointing out that it is interested to hear what Masayoshi has to say, and also wants to talk to him about what its ideals are and what its actual plan is. So, after much debate between the group, including the Prime Minister, they eventually agreed to let Masayoshi go through the magic door that just kind of appeared thanks to the alien, and pointing out that it's something that only Masayoshi can do. And in the interim, while he's going to meet with Alien Flamenco, all the heroes have been released from prison, and even some people are lamenting on the fact that they kind of have done all that they can do, and there's not much, and that this is something only he can do. But anyway, he goes to meet Alien Flamenco, and Haruzuka actually hands him a special pen with a little tracker in it, which he then stuffs in his pocket and then goes into the door to meet Alien Flamenco. And Alien Flamenco reveals some interesting things about its motives. So apparently, according to the story, it is not only an amalgamation of all the different aliens in its species, serving as an interface, which immediately reminds Masayoshi of From Beyond, which was in fact using Masayoshi's appearance as an interface, and also points out that it was very close to achieving the same level of interface-ishness that Alien Flamenco had achieved, and also reveals that it had kind of set up the plot, threat of the whole series by basically giving King Torture the little device that it used to keep him alive, pointing out that it's designed to help humanity evolve, and that's primarily what its goal is. It wants to help humanity evolve so that it can be united with the entire universe in peace. And Masayoshi, he was offered a chance to assimilate and rejects it, pointing out that he doesn't know why, but he feels like he is wrong. At which point, Alien Flamenco realizes that talking isn't going to work, and realizes that persuasion isn't going to work on Masayoshi, and then just decides to beat the crap out of him by getting really big and trying to flatten him. And Masayoshi runs into the riverbank that the Alien Flamenco actually summoned as an illusion to talk, and starts fishing around for the device in an effort to try and face off against Alien Flamenco, using it not to evolve himself, but evolve his armor so that he could actually stand a chance of fighting back. And at which point he transforms to get really big so he can stand a fair fight against Alien Flamenco, while also getting the armor that we saw all the way back in the original OP. So yeah, that was foreshadowing this event way back when. But yeah, Alien Flamenco proceeds to beat the crap out of Masayoshi with several really strong blows and punches, even knocking the wind out of Masayoshi at one point. But Masayoshi gets back up, pointing out that he realized why he feels like Alien Flamenco is wrong, pointing out that he believes that humanity needs to be able to adapt and survive on its own without outside interference, and that Alien Flamenco is depriving them of that. And then proceeds to punch Alien Flamenco in the face and send him flying back to his home planet. And then his saucer falls immediately after. Then Masayoshi passes out on the moon because they got punched to the moon. But yeah, this is one of the few instances I've seen of an anime taking a fight to the moon, and it's always will be funny. So yeah, Masayoshi, finally relieved that he finally accomplished his goal, passes out and falls asleep. only to wake up in his old home where he used to live with his grandfather. So he quickly realizes that's another illusion, but rather than being an illusion by Alien Flamenco, it's actually an illusion by the voice of the universe. He has a conversation with the universe's will, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but then again, it's Samurai Flamenco, nothing ever has to make sense, because it kind of just doesn't follow a traditional plot structure. And then points out that that the reason it had transported him there, and also appears as various people that Masayoshi respects and admires, quote unquote. But yeah, he meets with the universe's will, who explains that he is kind of a bit different, pointing out that he's, well, to put it bluntly, it points out that Alien Flamenco, Flamenco Beyond was actually him from another timeline, pointing out that if he had lost any of his battles, he would have turned out exactly like Flamenco Beyond. It took me it also points out that it's actually proud of him for sticking to his ideals, and actually offers him up a choice: either continue to fight as a hero, or go back to his own world and try to live out his life in peace. And notably, Masayoshi picks the latter, pointing out that while he may not have any more enemies to fight, he will never ever stop being a hero. And the will of the world actually agrees with that, and then he has one final conversation with his grandfather, who up to this point we haven't seen and has only been mentioned. But he actually talks to his grandfather in this scene, and it's unknown if it's actually his grandfather. I'm assuming it is, because it's the will of the world. It can do whatever it wants. But yeah, the will of the universe summons Masayoshi's grandfather, and they have one last meaningful conversation where Masayoshi's grandfather talks to him and apologizes for putting him through such hardships and having such a burden on Masayoshi's sense of justice. And Masayoshi actually disagrees with him, pointing out that if it hadn't been for his grandfather, he probably wouldn't have wound up being the man he is today. And with that, he's sent back home, but not before asking the will of the universe one final question, which is what flamenco means and why so many people are using that name. And it actually points out that it's actually a homonym for another word that actually has a very small chance of answering a wish, and has actually multiple different meanings, with the true pronunciation being flamenco, which again means has a chance of granting a wish. And then it sends him home with his armor intact, at which point he meets up with Goto, and they reunite. So yeah, this episode again was weird, but it is a fitting conclusion to the whole Alien Flamenco saga, because we only have one saga left, and this one is a bit more close to home. It's not going to be as weird and wacky as the other sagas have been. So yeah, overall, this episode cleared up a lot of loose ends, even if it was confusing as hell. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It was an interesting episode. I probably didn't do it justice because the speeches are really, really in depth and really complex, and I don't really have the sense of time or judgment to actually make them give them the respect that they're due. So just go watch the episode. It's very interesting, and I actually did indeed like it, and I don't think I can do it justice here. But anyway, if you guys have seen this episode of Samurai Flamenco, or if you're going to go watch it because I said so, then be sure to let me know what you think in the comment section down below, or over on my Discord server, link in the description. And also, if you want to help support the show, then be sure to check out my Patreon. It's only a couple bucks a month, and it really helps me out. It gives you guys access to a bunch of cool perks, and it basically, if you help me out, I help you out. That's how it works. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter in the description below. Check out my Patreon, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!